Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is another installment of Kicking It with Kerms. I am your host, King Too Suave.
You started?
We are starting, Paris.
We
Yes.
started. We're introducing ourselves.
As you heard, his name is Paris, owner of Heart Art, Boston, real Boston native.
Hello, New World first.
Hello, New World, for sure. And you know I got my co-host with me.
It's Don Spence, man.
He's
Roll
already
the
pissing me
camera.
off today already, but let's get it started, man. First thing we start to show off with, and I'm really happy about this, cause Dog really brought some fucking gems with him. What sneaker you brought with you to tell a story, bro?
I'm gonna take these shades off. I'm just leaving them on right now because I didn't want y'all to not get the opportunity to see them.
Those are some nice ass shades. Who makes them?
God.
He don't like giving out no sauce.
Yeah, I don't like giving out sauce.
Well,
you know
why
why?
though?
I'm gonna tell. No, that's a great question.
Oh, so
no. Can I
want
answer?
to see the shoe, but we
Let
want
me
to
answer you because I don't want to get lost. You said, why don't I like giving out sauce, right? All right, so check this out. If you look at KFC and you Google where their recipe is, KFC's recipe is buried so deep that you just can't even find it. You know why? If KFC was to give away their sauce, they're no longer KFC. It's like 16 spices and herbs. Because I be on YouTube diving deep, pause. And I realized, like, damn, they really keep that recipe airtight because they don't want other people having it. So here's the thing with me. I'm not going to give you the fast track on how to look like me. It took me my whole life to look like this, and I'm going to just hand you the sauce? No. You want some sauce, give me a cup, I'll spit in it.
Jeez Louise, hold
That's
on.
crazy.
Sound real giddy party-ish, but I'm not going.
That's not
It's
sauce.
just really it's really an insult. Like, hey, I know it took you your whole life to look this good, but just tell me where you got it. I'm not doing that. Find yourself on your own time.
But all I'm gonna say is like somebody could zoom in, screenshot it, Google search.
But he asked me what sneakers I bought. I bought the first Nike. Well, I'm just being real.
Yo, this motherfucker is crazy.
You didn't even bring the box. I know you got the box. This is buried somewhere.
This is a Balenciaga bag.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
bro.
not walking around with a box.
I bet.
This fits on my back. Pause.
All right, cool.
We doing a sneaker segment now?
Yeah.
Yes. We're gonna start it now.
ASAP? Because Kicking It with Kerms. Let's get it.
Yes, we're kicking it with Kerms.
So,
My guy Paris from Hello New World.
I bought,
I can't hold the other pen.
you can.
I just want to do a legit check.
Right. I bought the Nike Air Yeezy, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why is, let's be clear, the sample of this shoe sold for $1.8 million. That in itself is insane.
Is that the highest grossing sample?
I was literally looking it up. So the prototype worn by West 2008 sold for $1.8 million. And it beat the previous sneaker sale, which was held by Nike Air Jordan 1s, which was $615,000.
That shitted on it.
So it blew it out the water. And the reason why I love this sneaker is, one, I remember when they first dropped in like 09, 8-ish.
Remember that?
The first one was on shelf because people didn't even know. They were like, okay. But by the second one, people slept outside 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, Expressions downtown had them. People was camping out 2-3 weeks.
Listen, imagine dropping any product on earth, right? You're dropping it on the 14th. Like, hey, man, my shirt, my hat, my hoodie, whatever comes out on the 14th. But people are sleeping outside the spot, missing days and weeks of work for your product, weeks in advance. To me, that's mind-blowing.
Okay, and that's kind of funny you said that because that is mind-blowing. So why do you think if he did this in the middle and before he even became the Yeezy brand, why do you think he was so undervalued by Adidas? Or why do you think he didn't just know his value from the beginning and say, I don't fucking need to attach my name to one of these fashion houses and just build my own shit?
So the question is, why do I think Adidas didn't put a lot of respect on his name? Even if you in a Benz, you still a nigga in a coupe.
To quote
That was
old
Kanye.
great Kanye West.
So at the end of the day,
Notice I said old great.
at the end of the
Niggas
day,
lost his marbles now.
let it breathe. So at the end of the day, I think that Adidas is worth billions, bro, before Kanye even touched the billion.
Facts.
So it's like this. If you got 100 dime piece girls and one leaves, it's like, bye, you're 1 out of 100.
Okay.
So before, and then they know that the more they help him, the more iconic he becomes. And he could mess around, find out, surpass Adidas. It could get real sticky. There was a year when Yeezy jumped over the Jumpman. He did more sales than Jordan. And so it's like, yo, the more we empower him, then mess around and shoot, he could become a Adidas. So I think that they were like, listen, we're gonna empower you, but what they say, everybody wants you to do good, but not better than them.
That is something. That is what they say.
These are Balenciaga, by the way. I know someone out there is like, what kind of boots are those? They Balenci.
So now you're gonna get that sauce out, but not the shades.
Hey, listen, you could Google these. You can't really Google these shades. They came from London. But
London.
someone's gonna know that these are Alaska boots. But someone
I
also has
promise you, I'm gonna figure out what the shades are
someone
by
also
next
has
week.
to pay $1,100 for these boots. So I just don't think in these hard times everyone's running to pay $1,100 for a very odd, strange, bizarre, weird, funny looking boot.
But you did.
Because I'm a weird, I'm just not a boot.
You are a little strange, but in a good way sometimes.
But you gotta understand, right? The dude who invented the telephone, do you think he was normal?
Maybe, maybe not.
So think about it, right?
He was probably,
if I'm
he probably had
chilling,
an idea.
Who was that? Was Thomas Grand or
I don't
Bell?
know.
One of
I don't
them.
know, but check this out.
Other than Grand Bell, yeah, I know.
So here's the thing. If I'm sitting around back then and I say to you, I would love to talk to somebody in California from here. You'd be like, dude, are you on drugs? You mean to tell me you're here, but you want to communicate with someone from California? Are you sick? We'll go to California. No, I'm going to create something. They'd be like, all right, Jack, cool, woohoo.
Where
Years later, he invents the telephone. Everyone's using it. You don't think that's strange? So I don't think to do something extraordinary, you can't be ordinary.
yeah, so that's gonna
facts.
bring me into my question
So
for
I
you.
am weird.
Yeah, now we know, but it's gonna bring me to my question. So we know you have the brand Hard Art, but I know it didn't start like that. So run me through Hello New World being your obviously your starting point to kind of now with Hard Art.
So in 2009, I was chilling, and I had just bought a Volkswagen Jetta. And my license, I got something in the mail that said your license hereby will be suspended for 5 years. So I was like, oh my goodness. I was living on West Selden Street in Mattapan. And I was like, I just bought this Jetta. I ain't even smashed no girls in this Jetta. I'm like, every car I get, I gotta baptize it with, forgive me, Lord. But so I was like, okay, my L's get suspended. I sold the whip ASAP. I had a couple dollars, and a little birdie was on my shoulder, aka my nutty cousin Karima, who's crazier than a bag of donuts with Skittles. So
That sounds crazy.
says, you should start a clothing line. Like every family barbecue, you're the flyest cousin I know. You're the fly. You should have a clothing line. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this little bread and start a clothing line. So I was in the crib, cleaning up, bumping music. And through my playlist, this song came on. Hello, New World, here we come on. No, and with the hood screaming, we on our way. Yes, I rap, but best believe these things still get. Hello, New World, here hello, New World. I said, oh, I'm gonna start a clothing line called Hello, New World. Plus, I love Pharrell, and I ain't gonna pause that because I love Pharrell. I always said if I died, I'd want to come back to life as Pharrell married to Tiana Taylor.
The hell? That sounds very descriptive. Like you wrote this up in a
That's a
book.
fantasy.
Like, to be Pharrell sleeping with Tiana Taylor would be the ultimate life on earth.
Why would you say that?
Because there's no human flyer than Tiana Taylor. She's the flyest dressed human on the earth. From dress to heel to Timberland boot to wedding gown to dress up, dress down. Like, so the point is, I started Hello New World, and that's just my taste. I started Hello New World, and it was for the people. The motto was anyone could change the world. So it was an outward expression of fashion. I say, you know what? I'm going to create a brand that not just people can buy, but it empowers the person to buy it. And at the time, there was no Instagram. The only brand popping for real was Society. Shout out Brendan and Marcel and Carmelu and Newberry Street. You know what I'm saying? Back when tannery and concepts and all that was really a thing for real.
So what year was this?
'09.
Okay.
iPhone just popped off.
Yeah, because I definitely remember I used to see you or run into you at my pop shop downtown, Kung Fu Video. I mean, I used to always see you coming in there. Like this eccentric dude, swag, confident, talking his shit. We used to argue back and forth all the time about simple shit. I'm like, who is this nigga, yo? Then I remember I just seen you Matter Pants so many times. I'm like, all right, this nigga's really from around the way. Cool, cool. Then you just became a nigga I seen in Boston all the time, from clothing to events to doing certain things. So what kind of like motivates you to just be an entrepreneur, just move the way you have moved?
That's a good question. No one in my family, I never seen anyone in my family work for anybody.
That's dope.
So my dad started a construction company. He came here from Alabama. I mean,
What
dirt.
part? My fault.
Panola, Alabama.
My father's side, we from Opelika, Alabama.
I'm talking about like one store, dirt roads, no street lights. Get in the house, boy. What you doing? Sundown
Sundown
town.
hours,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he came up here.
Nigga don't cross this line town.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Yeah,
Nah,
nice.
they
Still to
like
this
that.
day.
This is true story.
Still to this day.
This is wine, by the way. You know, Jesus said the little wine is good for the body. A little wine is fine. I don't typically drink or smoke, but for the moment, we're doing it. So my dad never worked for anyone. He did construction his whole life. My mother, I watched her own 4 hair salons and barbershops. And then my brother, he became a lawyer and then took over my dad's construction company. So just coming up, I've never seen any of my immediate family ever have a boss. So it was only right that I'm like, okay, well, I'm up next. Let me start a clothing line. You know, whether it does a lot of numbers or a little, but ownership is key. You know what I'm saying? So it was just in me from birth. You know, it starts at the crib.
Facts. Facts. It's in me, not on me. I love that line.
Shouts out to Jim Jones. They got to be born in you, not worn on you.
I like to say, it's in my genes, not my genes. You feel me?
Eviso jeans.
I'm just saying I'm like that, so I don't know what y'all coming up with these.
Like
little,
what, nigga?
These little
You got that
these
shit
little-
from what's that nigga's name? Future.
I didn't get it for nothing. I got it for myself because I'm
April
like that.
Fool's Day.
That passed a long time ago, bro. We're in May.
So yeah, Hello New World was
Yo,
created for the people.
And so you're a man for the people.
Yeah, I am.
you sure?
People make me sick, but I like them.
I'm throwing up at that pink fur right now.
That's good.
It's your swag though. It's a
Job
little-
well done. If you throwing up, that's perfect. That's my goal.
Because you're making them sick.
That's
That-
oh,
cause
you
you
making
make
them
them
niggas
sick,
sick? That's what you
literally.
want to do now?
Literally.
It's just a sight for sore eyes, bro.
That's cool.
Hey, yo, no more when he pulled it. All day today, I said, what is Paris going to do tonight? How is he going to come to this episode? As soon as he walked in, I said, I knew he was going to be on some shit
Told
like
you
this.
I'm on his body.
I knew he was going to be on
Pause.
some shit like this today. This is Paris, y'all. If you know Paris, this is what you get.
He's on my body.
I said
That's
pause.
what he just said.
Oh, that
I
is
said
kind
pause.
of
I
crazy.
said pause. I said it though.
Because I'm not
You
gonna
can't
lie.
just say anything and say pause.
What do you mean? Cause I'm just telling you.
So
what-
if
Yeah.
I told you looking kind of slim thick, I could just pause it right after.
But see, I was saying it by accident.
But I'm
you
just
feel
saying,
me?
is
Like,
that
yeah,
smooth?
yeah, you know, you might.
No,
be
that's
on
not
some-
cool. No, it's not cool.
He's on my
I'ma
body.
put my foot down for that one. That's not
Yeah.
cool.
Yo, you looking kind of slim thick. Pause.
I know I slimmed down, I lost a little weight. Good look.
Hey, yo, pause has became the new no
Yeah,
offense.
you can
Niggas
do
be like,
that.
no
Yeah.
offense, though. You stupid as shit. What? I'm gonna take offense to that shit.
Like
I feel you.
allegedly, dudes be like, yeah, I shot him. I killed him in front of the mom.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Like-
Like, bro, you're still guilty.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, you know, the judge is allegedly going to give you life, so.
Question I want to ask you, man.
Nah, I don't think he finished. You didn't finish.
What Hello New World?
Nah, I'm saying you went from Hello New World and now it's hard art.
Okay.
So you didn't give us the timeline from when you want to, made a
You did
decision
just
to
give us
switch
the origin
over.
story.
All right, so with Hello New World, I did a bunch of college fashion shows. I got paid to speak at the Museum of Fine Arts. It was buzzing. Like, I got people that say to me, yo, you know what's crazy? I used to wear Hello New World, and then now I'm like grown and I have kids and they wear hard art. You're in 2 generations of my family. And I'm like, oh, that's dope. So Hello New World was just like, let me motivate people. Let me do this. Let me do that. Da 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 da. And I would always design, and I would find myself designing, saying, "Yo, I think people would like this. Yo, this is dope." Like I think, and not everything I designed I liked. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, this is definitely an outward expression of fashion for me. But then one day I was just looking at Hello New World, and it was cool, and I noticed the people that wore it weren't like me. They were soft. They were cute. It was almost like a Gap to me. Hello New World was very soft. It was cute and cuddly. It was almost like Kanye West is cute, cuddly, like, just the teddy bear. But Yeezy is an animal. And then Ye is just out of his mind. So I say, you know what? I start creating these bomber jackets, and I was wearing them around. They had like staples in them. It was like denim. It was really crazy. So I wore one to one gig downtown, and Ferg,
One
shout
gig.
out to
Wow, shout
Ferg.
out one gig, man. Shout out Ferg.
Yeah, RIP one gig. So I was wearing it. I wore it in this store. I had this bad little shorty with me, but I walked in the store. I grabbed her butt. Ferg's like, here you go again. I'm like, I gotta
Always
do it.
causing trouble, bro.
Listen, her booty was soft, but here's the thing.
It
So
was supple.
yeah, because I remember this is literally what happened, right? He's looking at her thigh gap. I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, I'm one of them guys where I'm like, look at my girl. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel, when you pull up in a Lamborghini, you want people to be like, everyone wants to hear, damn, your car is fire. Damn. Oh, yeah, it's cool. It's a Lamborghini, fool. So I pulled up with a Lamborghini, AKA the girl. And he's like, yo, who made that coat? And I was like, I made that coat. He said, do me one favor. I said, what? He said, make me one, put it in the store. I said, yeah? I was like, you like this? Put it in the store, it sold. Boom. So I just kept making stuff. And then as I'm creating hard art, it wasn't no name, right? I was just creating. And then I started realizing, like, yo, I've been putting my heart into this art. Like, people that like, he said to me, yo, the people that come in and been buying your stuff, they love it. And I'm like, yo, I've been putting my heart into my art. And then it hit me. Heart art is an inner expression of what I like. You know what I mean? This is for me. Hello New World is for the people. Heart art's for me. That's why I do the leather vest and things that, a leather vest isn't on trend, but it's on trend for me. So when you buy heart art, you're buying into what I like. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for the people no more. This for me. So if you're buying hard art, that's why the motto is follow your heart. Side note, I was in the Stella the other day. There's this dope little Dominican John in there. And I'm like, yo,
Did you get
this is part of the story.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you.
He got it. I
Listen,
confirm.
she's sitting there with the littlest waist in the world. I'm like, yo, listen, I want her. So I said to her, I love your outfit. I like your style, right? I went left. She thought I was going to, buy her a drink. I ain't buying you nothing. So she likes the compliment. I sit next to her, da-da-da, we're kicking it. She says she has someone, blah, 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 but he hasn't been around. I ain't going to say her name because we still active. And she was showing me her tats. I was showing her my tats. And she showed me a tat right here that said, follow your heart. And I said, you know what? I got a clothing line. You know what the brand motto is? Follow your heart. And that was right after I told her, you could be my soulmate, not even your current man. And then she sold me that tag. So the point I'm trying to make is with heart art, I'm following my heart. That's the brand motto. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love my clothes, don't buy it. I don't buy nothing I like. Nothing. I don't own a piece of clothing that I like. I love everything I own. The day I don't love it is going on Poshmark. So heart art is an inner expression of what I love. Hello New World was an outward expression for the people, you know what I'm saying? And heart art is for me. You know what I'm saying? And you could join the party at heartartbrand.com. Shop online. And yeah. Save yourself some time. Shop online.
Side note, I'm not even trying to be funny.
What?
I rate that only bad bitches had posh art. Poshmark. But hey,
Now they
you
got
put
some
niggas
shit like
on. You
can buy mad shit on there. It's
Okay,
like
cool,
it's like
cool.
an offer up
I
kind of
have
platform.
sold more dope clothes on Poshmark than the average person has owned. That's a fact.
Okay. So how much and estimates we say you've made off your resale and your passion?
We talking about Poshmark or my brand?
No, just your passion of fashion, reselling.
How much do I think I made selling clothes in my lifetime?
Yes,
I think the shades should come off.
I like that.
So let's be clear. She was waiting for the shades to come off. Now I'm playing. Is that your girl? I don't want to get in trouble. All right. So listen, she wasn't waiting for it. I'm talking shit. But listen, I want to be clear. I am the king of fashion in Boston, period.
Wow.
Period. There's no, listen.
Clip this off. Clip this right here. Make sure we clip this right here.
I want to, listen. I want to be very clear when I say this. There is nobody, and shout out to my man, Ant Mosley, KT, Killer Tactics. He used to do the rap commercials for Manhattan. He used to be the one to rap the commercials. Nice shades. He said to me, yo, this got to be probably the flyest cat I know in Boston. Here's the thing. Summer, winter, spring, fall. For the last 20 plus years, I've been putting it on every day. My off day looked like an on day. You dig me? Even when I wasn't shooting in the gym, I would sleep dreaming that I was at the gym. I never took a day off.
I like that.
So at the end of the day, whether it was Coogee, History Iceberg, Platinum Fubu, whether it was the Da Vinci era, the Balmain era, when Balenciagas was making the arenas, the triple S's, or the tracks, or the 3XLs, or the 10XLs, or the cargos, from beginning to end, top to bottom, there's not a person in Boston that's gonna touch my closet. I don't care if you bring rappers in like Millie's, or if you bring in rappers like my dude Last Days, he's fly. If you bring, I'm name dropping because these are people that's fly that I'm flying in. I'm flying in everybody, every rapper, everybody. Because a lot of dudes is fresh.
Oh no, bitch.
The difference between being fly and fresh, a lot of cats is fresh. They wearing fresh sneakers, they got a fresh fit. But the way I'm gonna give it to you, it's gonna be like, yo, I didn't even think to do it like that. It's like he went left, hit a U-turn, came back, bent the block, hopped out, stabbed us, spit on us, and then threw bleach on us. You thought I was just gonna bend the block and shoot. I threw bleach. I came with a toothpick in your eye. I did all types of, you know what I mean? Like, I went crazy.
On people's homes?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
who's that from?
a lot of dudes is fly as hell. Shout out Smoke Bolger. Like, a lot of dudes go left and they do this and that. But consistently, non-stop, high-end, low-end, day in, day out, I love fashion that much. I feel like if we went fit for fit, 30 outfits back to back, like if we did a show where you gotta have 30 outfits, you can't repeat one pair of sneakers, one pair of pants, one hat, one jacket, or cologne. You gotta have 30 colognes. Different
That's
smells.
kinda crazy.
Different
Oh,
smells.
God.
Nobody's spraying 30 colognes.
That's what I'm trying to say. My closet,
You
my
go
cologne
crazy.
game that
I know
dumb.
a nigga like that. I know a nigga
Listen.
like
But niggas gonna get fucked up with the whole smell, bro.
Nah, the thing is,
Everything else you said is cool. The cologne, you
no,
lost me.
because your fresh can't be fresh if you don't smell good. Girls love good hygiene.
I never said
Girl,
you couldn't.
when a girl's down there, she gotta feel at home. You know what I mean? When a girl go down on you, she gotta never want to leave. She gotta feel like I'm home. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Babe, get up. Let's do a different position. Nah, I'm at home. It smells so good down here. I don't never want to leave. I've had girls tell me I never want to leave right here. I want to stay here forever. I want to die here.
That's what the Dominican told you?
No, I don't kiss and tell.
I'm just
You know what I'm
saying.
I don't
You
kiss
brought
and
it
tell.
up, bro. I'm just making sure.
So that's
everything
why I
correlate.
said I'm the flyest. This is Cartier because I don't care, right? In the air. So I'm trying to
that.
say
All
is,
wrong too.
at the end of the day, my passion for fashion is elite. And let's get it twisted. Some people fly in the 5, 10, 20, 30 block radius. When I'm in Harlem, shout out to the West Side, Bird Gang. You already know what it is, Vamp Life, G-Mims. My man signed to Jim Jones, y'all know what it is, Vamp Life, Bird Gang. We in here, whole lot of Vamp shit. When I'm in Harlem, when I'm in Cali, when I'm in Atlanta, listen, I've been on Superline. If you follow Superline
Nah, I remember
Wholesale,
I seen you on there.
I'm
I
on
seen
there
you on
3
there.
times, and each one goes higher. The last one did 800,000. Viral. So what I'm saying is no matter what state I'm in, no matter what celebrity I'm around, no matter who I'm around, they all want the sauce. They all want to dress like me. They want to look like me, taste like me, You know what I mean? Smell like me, everything.
Taste.
Yeah,
You
they
don't
want
have
to
to
taste like
fool with
me,
it.
bro.
We
They
don't
wanna
want to know what
taste-
that's like.
Hey,
Lord, please bless us and on this holy day. Okay, so
these pants is Balenciaga too.
see,
And
give
if I
give him more sauce.
look,
Give him more sauce.
Now
no,
you
I'm
just
gonna
giving
be
away
real.
sauce, right?
We kicking it or we not?
We kicking it
You
with Kerms
kicking
or
it with
no?
Kerms, nigga.
Yeah.
What the
So
fuck? You
listen,
better
I'm-
switch it up. You better
I grew
go
up.
shorts
I grew
on
up
them.
in
Go
barbershops.
shorts on
Listen,
them.
you dig me. I grew up in barbershops where all we do is sit around and pop shit. So if I ever get hot on the block, I can show the leg test like that. You dig me? So
You dig me?
it's so nice I could do it twice. You know what I'm saying?
You
I
might
could
want
wear
to
'em-
go to leg day a little bit more before you
Listen,
do that
at the end of
again.
the day,
Make sure
I'm
you're hitting
just
the gym.
I'm just
kind of scrawny.
I'm periodic. Listen, what's the word? Periodically.
Periodically.
I'm periodically giving y'all what I'm wearing. I set the boot. I set the pants.
So why can't I get the sauce on the
next I'll
glasses?
tell you
Zoom
what
in
the-
on the
You
glasses.
might get it. You might get it. You might not. It depends. Wait, you see, you being too thirsty for the sauce. That's your
Next,
problem.
I'll tell you with
Being
the
too
socks.
thirsty.
Nigga, I can't. There's no name on here. Fuck.
Hey, I warned y'all before we started.
He told me he was gonna get the
Bullshit.
sauce.
I
There's
don't even know
nothing.
how I look with these shits on. I
There's
look
nothing
goofy.
written.
You look stupid.
I look goofy.
That's how you look. How about that?
Goofy. Nah, this shit's alright, man. We keeping
Hey,
these shits on.
This is an audio
Oh,
experience, so I don't want to get jumbled and everyone talking. But listen, I gave y'all the boots. I gave y'all the pants. Next, I give y'all the socks.
Hold on, time out. This
Socks?
Did this
The
nigga just try to police my
See, I wore
podcast,
some eye
nigga?
socks
And
too
tell me
today.
to
I know
stop
you might do
talking?
some weird
I
shit
actually
like that.
stole that
nigga.
from Joe Button.
I got
Joe
the
Button
bait
to be like,
socks
this is
on,
an
though.
audio experience. So
You know what I mean?
Nigga said, yo, shut up. I ain't finished telling y'all about my fucking outfit, nigga. My fault, Paris.
What
My
is that, a
apologies.
jewel from 1895 you got on?
From Kemet of Africa.
From the prehistoric era?
actually, diamonds do come from Africa.
I didn't even say nothing. Like, I
I
just
had-
asked what era, where'd
You
you
gonna
get
let me
it?
answer?
Yeah.
I had this made. Shouts out to my jeweler. This ring was inspired by the pastor's rings. Whenever I would see my pastor at Jubilee Church, the bishop, or Bishop Foxworth at Grace Church of All Nations,
Reverend Foxworth. That's my
I
grandmother's.
grew up there. They
pastor.
always had the big rings with the color stone. So I said, when I get older, I need to get me a pastor's ring, and I'm a pastor's son. You dig me? So, shouts out to God, shout out to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's the big homie,
The big homie.
biggest.
I told y'all we was gonna have a fun episode today. It's like I don't even know how to transition with this nigga. Like y'all know me, I'm
Why
blind
don't
with the blunt.
y'all ask me how
This
life?
nigga
No,
got me.
we ain't,
This nigga got me. He got me
you ain't
lost.
telling me where I want to go.
He got me lost right now.
Feel
All right.
me?
Hey, you drive the car then. Drive the car.
Back to kicking him with
I've
Kerms. Let me ask you a
been
question.
asking you stuff.
Drive the car.
Yeah, so all right, so tell me where do you take your sneaker influence from? Like I know you're a fashion guy, but I don't be seeing you
You
wear
said fashion guard?
No, I didn't say none of that. Stop it.
That's what I heard.
Stop
I don't
it.
know.
I didn't say no fashion
He just
guy
asking
shit.
you. He just asking
I don't
you.
know what
You're
I
not
heard.
though. You're not. I'm gonna tell you, you're
Okay.
not. You could think it whatever. It's cool. You got some sauce, bro. I give it to you. You got that, but not no God, bro.
I'm
I
gonna
ain't-
give y'all one arm.
I ain't
Y'all
bro-
get
oh
one
my
arm.
God. You can't even transition.
You get one
Dog
arm,
wants
bro.
to just go everything. Okay, one arm. What's on there? I see a little card
whole
shit,
lot, whole
whatever.
lot.
Yeah, we ain't here to come talk
Chrome
about your
heart, all
tattoos,
that.
bro. We can't even
Continue.
talk about shit.
Continue.
I want to know because you know I be
Continue.
I be seeing you around. You
Continue.
been coming to the store a little
Continue.
bit. You always got designer shit on. Never see
Not
you
always.
90% of the time, I don't see you wear no J's, don't see you wear no Nike. Everything's designer. Like, explain where that came from, why you transitioned to that. Cause I know you probably wasn't on that before.
Oh, how you know what he was on?
This dude talks about his life every 2 seconds
That's
when he
not
walks
true.
in here.
That's not
Okay.
true.
Everything is, I was
That's not
here
true.
when this time, I was there, I
You
was
wanna
with
let me
this
answer the question?
person. I was.
I got you. So at the end of the day, I wasn't
I'm taking
always.
these chip shit off.
Well, first of all,
Don't be mad at him now.
I need a clear
Don't be mad
eye
at
view.
him now,
You feel
thirsty
me?
man.
Clear eye view, you know what I mean? That's just as cloudy.
can you move that Balenciaga bag that I brought the Yeezys
This
in
shit,
over?
I got these two.
I'm just saying, you want to promote the Kerms. Can you move the Balenciaga bag out the way?
He's telling you how to do your own podcast. Yo, see, yo, I need a new co-host, man, for real. Because you
So-
acting up today, man.
Honestly, the first brand I ever fell in love with was Gucci. My mom used to give me like $500 a week, you know what I mean, different amounts of money to close the grates in her shop, Carmen Square, next to Saints Diner, when Carmen Square was really Karma Square, when they had 700 block, 4 corners. They was really banging.
When it was Germantown.
Yeah, and I used to take all that bread and buy Gucci. So the first brand, that's why I got the Gucci tat on me. That's actually my old nickname. If you know me as Gucci, then you know me a long time. That was my first nickname in the streets, Gucci. So, I mean, I always was in the designer, but when I really dived into the mainly designer is when I started realizing I don't want to look like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to
Who's
be
you?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Don Spence?
You want me to answer you?
Don't
So
be
what I'm
coming
trying-
at me though. That's that crazy shit.
I want to
I'm gonna
answer
stop you.
So here's the thing. I don't want to be out and
nigga.
about and be wearing something easily obtainable. So for me, I just started falling in love with really rare, hard to find pieces.
Bet.
And that's when I was like, Jordans are cool. You can never escape anything Jordan wore. If it's the white cement floor, the black cement 3, classics are classics. That's why the word classic is called classic, because it's classic. But at a point, I said, listen, if I'm out and about, I need to hear stuff like, what's that? Where'd you get that? So I started falling in love with Chrome Heart, Balenciaga, Louis, but not the regular either. This is runway Balenciaga. This ain't like you go and it's just readily available. You dig what I'm saying? The coat I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna treat y'all with, I'm gonna bless y'all with in a little bit, is also runway Louis. Hold your breath. So what I'm saying is, that's when I just fell in love with designer.
Keep
when I
breathing.
realized I don't want to be standing next to someone that got everything. And people got it, Mary. They got designer.
Who that nigga Michael?
Yeah, but
I
they
don't
don't have the designer I have, and I know that because even when I'm around the rich guys that can get everything, they like, I got a lot, but not that, and that feels good.
Question.
It feels good when people don't got what you got.
So
When people ain't hit your girl, you know what I mean? You got a girl, everyone ain't hit. Same thing with the fashion. Everyone ain't hit this. Everyone ain't got this. It feel bad when dudes like, oh, that's your girl? Oh, yeah, that's my man's ex and his ex.
facts.
Yeah.
I hit
But
different.
niggas love
You
that.
got that.
Niggas love bringing around a trophy whore. But
Cameron don't
mind my
even got
business.
this coat.
Mind my business. We ain't talking about that today.
Cameron's pink fur, if you go back to the one Drake was wearing, and you go back to the one Cam was wearing, it was not as fly as this. I promise you, the fur didn't even layer like this. It was more flat. This is Fox. It lays different. You know how a fox's tail is fluffy? That's why it fluff like this. At the crib, I have to put this in a controlled climate closet so it doesn't get dry rot. You don't just put your fur in heat, and you never put a fur in plastic. You rookies do that. So right now, if you got a fur at home and it's in plastic, you're nasty. If you got a man, homegirl, and he got a fur in plastic, you should dump him. Period. Divorce him, dump him, and so, because he don't know what he's doing. A fur in plastic is literally like animal abuse, because this is an animal.
Yo.
There we go.
Hey, yo. And just like that, we're taking our 5-minute break.
Let's go back to the Chrome Heart shit though. You feel me? After you did your little outfit
You
change
didn't want to
though.
go into none of these personal John?
Nah, I don't care about your
All right,
questions,
let's
bro.
get
This
it.
is my podcast, bro.
Let's
Well,
get it.
our podcast. So I don't mean to say my,
get
but
it.
our
If you talking
podcast.
shit, I feel you.
Feel me?
And action.
Yeah, but yo, let's go back to the Chrome Heart shit. You was like, you know, me was having little conversations. I know you be pulling up to Kerms, your brands in here, whatever. So we be chopping it. You was I was asking you why you be wearing the Chrome so much. So let's just elaborate on, you feel me, why Chrome's heavy in your rotation right now.
Chrome's heavy in my rotation
Hold on. Are
because
you calling him a hype beast?
No, it's not hype beast
Okay,
shit.
I was asking.
I
I'm just asking. You,
Well,
you don't
hold
gotta
on.
cop a plea. You don't gotta cop a plea. I'm
Hold
just
on.
asking, bro.
Hold on.
He be wearing a lot of Chrome
You
right
still
now.
real
Chrome-
nervous, bro.
Chrome's
He's
been
not-
in style, but yeah, it's a little bit more hype now, but it's still not attainable for certain pieces,
Sorry, bro,
and
I'm
that's
just
what he's
asking.
on.
I'm sorry, just asking.
Can we
No,
be
you
clear? I am
My
a hype.
vision's clear.
I am a hype and a beast.
Oh, so you was trying to say that, huh, Spence?
So let's be clear. I'm a hype and a beast. The reason why I say that is because everything I wear gets hyped. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear to see I'm a beast with this coat on. I switched coats for y'all. I had the pink fur
On a
on.
bitch.
And I let y'all know that these were Balenciaga boots. And I let you know these are Balenciaga runway pants. I'm going to give y'all the socks. These is chrome. Chrome me on the socks. Billionaires Boys Club on the tag. I really do this. I'm a fashion whore for real. Bait, ice cream on the other leg. You dig me? Y'all, the shirt's hard art. I'm going to just give y'all that because, you know what I mean? Next, y'all will get the watch. Then I'll let y'all know what the jacket is. But if you got eyes, you can see RIP Virgil. The reason why I love chrome is because I'm a fan of how'd you get that and where'd you get that? You know what I mean? So when I realized like cats was in the club, but they was only wearing Chrome Heart t-shirts, I said, oh, you got the C class. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't get the AMG. So you got
AMG meaning the jewelry.
meaning
The
what I
staples.
mean is a t-shirt and Chrome is entry level. Like if I say, yo, all I wear is Louis, but all I got is the hats and the belts and accessories, this like, okay, you wear the accessories, you know, but you don't wear Louis. You accessorize Louis. So for me, I was like, okay, so if I'm noticing that when it comes to Chrome, cats only have the tees and the hoodies and the trucker hat. I hate that trucker hat. If you wear that trucker hat around me, I'm not gonna do nothing. But in my mind, I'm taking it off and I'm stomping it with these big $1,200
You're
Balenci
definitely not
boots.
doing that though.
In my mind, I said I'm doing it.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
not gonna do
I'm just
that
making
because
sure.
I'm a child of God.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I have killed mad people. Yo, if you listen, like Grand Theft Auto, I only play Grand Theft Auto to murk mad people. But I killed 9 billion people. So the point I'm trying to make is
Fuck it.
I like Chrome because most cats can't get it. You need a 3-day appointment to get it in New York, to get in there. Miami, you need an appointment. I just left both stores. I don't need an appointment because I know people, but
He just
anyway.
left them on a beach.
So at the end of the day, I just like it because it's so unobtainable. When you think about Chrome, right? How crazy is it for a brand to be like, one, fuck you. It says that on their clothes. 2, listen, I don't care if you're in New York on Monday. You need a 3-day appointment. So if your vacation is 3 days, you're not making it in our store. And we will not sell our brand to other stores so you can carry it and have it. So that elitism in fashion, that exclusivity, the fact that I'm plugged in makes me love the brand even more because I look nothing like y'all. You know what I mean? So when I'm next to y'all, it's like, dag, like he got what I can't get. And that turns me on. That drives me crazy to know y'all don't have what I got.
So you're telling me that
I'm a
like,
fashion asshole.
yeah, nah, I understand that. We could clearly tell. But I'm just saying, like, so take away the exclusivity so you're not wearing Chrome if it wasn't exclusive.
Well, the moment that y'all could get Chrome and it's readily available, I will still like it, but I'll still love it, but I won't like it. I won't, I just,
Remember you said earlier.
it just,
none of the
He likes to be different
Like,
though. That's how I
it-
But he said
understand.
here's
earlier, none of the clothes he owned he likes.
yeah,
He
so
loves
that's
it.
what I
Not a good
mean.
thing.
I won't like it, I won't love it, I won't want it. I've been drinking, so my words are a little slurred. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is I won't like it if it's available to all of y'all.
You mean you won't love it? You won't
so
love it.
here's the thing. You see these chains? I'm not wearing, I do have on a couple Cubans. But for a long time, I hated Cubans because every time I went to the club, everyone had on Cubans. And it just rubs me the wrong way when everyone has it. That's why I brought these because I know right now, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I just admire going left when everyone's going right. And Chrome is very much left right now because you just can't get it like that. That's why I'm heavy on the Chrome. And honestly, I just like the rock stars look. I just like the aesthetic. I haven't told y'all what watch I'm wearing, but this is a bust down G-Shock. We're doing a breakdown your fit piece by piece. This is a bust down G-Shock. Shouts out to Pharrell. Cartier in the air. Cartier because I don't care. Cartier everywhere. Cartier, no Montclairs. Alaska Balenciaga boot, Balenci pants,
Cartier, that's not
It was
fair.
80 today though.
Louis runway. Yeah, what that mean? I'm too cool to be hot.
I knew the nigga was like, yo, watch the nigga say I'm too cool to sweat.
I'm
Swear
too
to
cool.
God,
No,
watch the nigga say that.
I'm too cool to be hot. I think if it's 100 degrees and you got on the leather and you're sweating, something's wrong with you.
This nigga here.
So you're tweaking.
This nigga here.
That's not fashion.
It's not fashion.
I know
It's
dudes.
not fashion with
Listen.
leather to
So
100.
you're
Hold
gonna wear
on,
that.
hold
You're
on.
gonna wear that in the summertime. You would wear that in the summertime.
Keep poking me. He'll take his blade out. But yeah, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, fashion is wearing what you want to wear. You shouldn't let the weather dictate what you want to wear. If you want to wear it, wear it. And if it's really meant for you to wear it, you won't. I'm capping right now. I definitely would not wear leather.
I know you're
But I
not
wear
wearing
hot
that
art
shit
leather
in a
vest.
hot ass day, bro.
I wear hard out leather vests because it don't have sleeves. Shouts out to Tupac. He used to wear leather vests with no shirt underneath.
Hold on.
So you're gonna reenact that this summer?
Hold on. This nigga just said some shit. That I remember last time we was talking, we was having a conversing, conversion.
Conversation.
No, we was conversing. in
Oh,
here.
conversing. That's
Yes. We was conversing in
active
here.
action word.
Yes, exactly. It's active. It was what he's doing.
In my way.
Yo, this is my size,
So
though. I
who you
need
thinking,
these.
Tupac or Biggie? Because I remember you was on your Tupac shit heavy, and man, I want the people to hear the outlandish bullshit you was saying that was fucking pissing me off that day.
I was saying that. Shouts out to Rick Ross. He said, Biggie Smalls in the flesh, living my life after my death. I think that's one of the coldest lines. So, Rick Ross is what Biggie should have been. You see what I'm saying?
A corny ass fat nigga.
I mean, Biggie was corny and fat. So, it's right on brand. So,
I don't like this nigga, yo. I don't like this nigga, man. For real.
So let's be clear.
fuck with
I'm
me.
gonna go there.
Don't fuck with me.
Biggie's mother said that I don't know why he said we lived in a
did.
one-room shack.
She did say that.
We never did.
She did say
And then
that.
Biggie's friend said Biggie would just rap about killing the neighbors. He'd just be writing down all types of stuff on a napkin,
He was
fictitious
the nicest
stuff.
kid.
He would just, you know what I'm saying? He was. So the thing about Big, he wasn't authentic in terms of Pac told him rap for the ladies, and that's when he became notorious big, and he started doing it for the ladies, Versace swagger. But let's be clear, Versace said Tupac was one of the sexiest men. Versace was worn by Pac. Pac told Big, rap for the girls, that's where the money's at, and then he switched his style.
Honestly, Versace was worn by Haitian Jack, a real nigga from New York that Tupac stole his
We're
style
talking
from.
about
But that's
rap-
what I'm saying.
rap-
Niggas don't know about real niggas. Like, you gotta be tied in, but Haitian Jack is a real nigga, man.
Here's the thing, if
Just
that's
saying.
the only
Just
thing
saying.
you got,
That's not the only thing I got. I'm just saying. That's my rebuttal to what you just said about the Versace swag and the Versace dark. No, that nigga copied his whole swag from Haitian Jack. Now let's go. Where you going from there?
Tupac told Biggie to wear Versace, and that's when he did it. So at the end of the day, like I said, you forget the lines like "you look so good, I suck your daddy's dick."
Nigga, no,
Forget that.
We can't bring it up. He was high that day. He was high on cocaine that day. He didn't mean to say that.
I'm cooking with Saison.
He didn't mean to say that though.
Saison.
Whatever. So at the end of the day, never mind lines like, fuck my nigga gutter. No, my nigga gutter kidnap kids, fuck them in their ass, throw them over the bridge. Let's forget lines like that. That don't
These
matter.
are the points, okay, that I'm giving you. Okay, you have it right.
So
there.
here's my point, right? If you have a record label, like I was saying, would you want on your record label a talent that's going to live beyond his years, meaning films, meaning books, meaning poetry, meaning people getting Thug Life tatted on him to this day, meaning he has 10 million Instagram followers and he doesn't even know what it is, meaning he has an Elvis complex to the point where people don't even believe he's dead. People won't even let him die. I mean, some years back, I think it was NLE Chopper, one of them did a whole video imitating Pac, spitting on the camera. I mean, Pac is beyond, you see what I'm saying, just a rapper. Biggie was a big black dude who could put words together that was cool, and he had Puff, and he had Junior Mafia, and he had Lil' Kim, and he had all this glitz and glamour. Tupac's in the kitchen rapping with the Outlaws. None of us know who they are.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this
Album sales, movies, poetry.
Hold on. No. I'll let you
Can
go.
I add one more thing?
Yeah,
Jada
no.
Pinkett still won't let him go. She has an
Who wants
orgasm.
that
Hold
hoe?
on, bro.
Nigga, I don't want
Bro,
you.
the point I'm trying to make-
What you can do for me? I wouldn't want you.
Bro,
okay? Fuck outta
listen,
here.
the
Fuck
point
her.
I'm making is he's making women orgasm from his grave. That's very iconic. He's giving fits from the grave.
Okay, you had some valid points there, and I
Some.
Biggie was
yes,
cool.
he had some valid points, but let me rebuttal some of the things you say. Okay, I'm gonna rebuttal. You say Tupac was in the kitchen rapping with the Outlaws. Okay.
No one knew who they was, and he still became 5, 6, 7 platinum albums.
So fucking Biggie was in the kitchen rapping with Junior Mafia.
And they were famous. Little C's was popping. The Locks, they were coming up with DMX and Rough
The
Riders.
Locks. I'm not talking about. I said Junior Mafia.
Here's the thing. When it comes to network, when you mention
New York's New York, no matter what.
I'm gonna answer you. I got the answer before you ask. So here's the thing. When you mention
You got
Travis Scott, you can't leave out the fact that he has Kid Cudi next to him. He has Ye next to him. Just Dawn, Virgil Abloh, Tiana Taylor, Malice, 2 Chainz, all that's in his network.
But that's talent.
So
But that-
here's the thing.
That's the talent that.
Bro,
that,
you gotta
that,
let me
that,
cook.
But that doesn't make him
The
who he
Bible
is.
says
That's influence.
Listen, you gotta let me cook, right? Or we ain't gonna never eat. So the point I'm trying to make
Nigga, we
is
always gonna eat. Nigga,
I'm
we,
starving
nigga, we,
right now.
We
I don't
just
think
waiting on you to
you
just
ain't
cook
feed
shit. Nigga, we
nobody
always
over
gonna eat
here.
over here.
the audience want to hear this work. You gonna get this work. So what I'm
Pause.
trying to tell you is, Biggie at any given time had superstars around him like Little Kim, right? He had Little C's. He had the Locks. Their pen game was immaculate. He has Puff, right? He has all these people around him that are in their cell phone. They were stars, bro. Pac is in the kitchen rapping with the Outlaws, going 6 to 7 times platinum. And here's the thing: Biggie hit your chest, Pac hit your heart. To this day, there was college classes on Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Question.
So when they compare Biggie to Pac, it's an insult because Pac is beyond a rapper like Jordan's beyond a ball player, on and off the court.
So is
shit.
LeBron. So that's a fucking
I'll argue that
asinine
Jordan
comparison.
definitely off the
That's an
court is
asinine
not
comparison.
it.
I said-
Because LeBron is
Not
too, so
it.
that's who he's compared
But
to.
who
But
brought
hold
up
on.
sports?
Okay, so just like you said about you talked about the nigga Tupac's resume.
I brought up just Jordan. He's beyond.
He,
But you go beyond.
but that's the only person that you compare
Okay.
to Jordan is LeBron. That's one person.
Jordan's great. I mean, LeBron's great too.
But
that's one person
LeBron's
you can
better off
compare
the court,
to.
though.
That's one person you can compare
So
to.
your question is, why do I pick Pac over
Okay,
Big?
yeah, you already said. Hold on, you already said it. I'm rebutting what you said right now. So right now, you just said about this nigga and Junior Mafia. Okay, so he was rapping with Junior Mafia. Who is the one who is the one manager in the game who never fucking rapped one line, but is still fucking influential to this day, even in being in jail? Suge Knight. That's who fucking Tupac had. Before Tupac even did that, and this is the one thing I don't respect about Tupac, because I remember this nigga when he had the Jerry curl with the pop right here, with the fade on the side. In Baltimore, at his fucking Juilliard School of Baltimore, whatever the fucking dancing art school it was. Excuse me, I just hate when we call women bitches, and we just can't talk about women like that. Like women are not bitches.
This is a question?
And then the next thing, bitches ain't shit. Bitches suck my dick, nigga. Fuck that. Thug like for life.
This
nigga.
is a question?
No, this is my rebuttal. I keep saying that.
Oh, my
See, you
bad.
want to fucking argue so
I'm
much.
sorry.
I'm rebuttaling what you said.
I'm sorry.
So I'm not asking a question. I already asked my question. So what I said to you about Tupac and Biggie, I respect what you said, but I also think. For Biggie to not have as much as a resume as Tupac, you're right. Tupac's resume is way bigger with the
You
rap,
know why?
the fashion, because he didn't have enough. But hold on, listen.
He outworked them.
That could be that. That could
The
be
same
that.
24 hours.
That could be that. You're
Yeah,
right. That
it
could
is-
be that.
it is that.
But for Tupac to still be referred to as who's the greatest, Tupac or Biggie, nigga, that already speaks to Biggie's fucking astronomical fucking amount of being a fucking crazy ass rapper.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, because
No, it
that's all
doesn't.
he had was rap. So all Biggie had was rap. Tupac had rap, films, fashion, bitches. All this nigga had was a big fat black nigga rapping. This nigga was handsome, had all the hoes and all this shit, and look at they still compared to who's the best.
Do you know why Biggie was compared to Pac? You know the only reason why? Because they had beef. You take that away.
Okay, so do you have beef with niggas that's littler than you?
Let
Do you
me-
have beef that
let-
niggas
bro,
that ain't on your time?
bro,
Do you have
here-
beef with niggas that ain't working
Not
with
even
you?
better yet, do you even entertain beef
Listen.
with
Thank
you,
niggas that are
bro.
not on your same
I can
level?
answer-
He entertained that shit.
Check this out. Check this out. Bro, first of all,
Let me cook.
first of
Let me
all,
swirl.
when you have
Y'all
a,
two is different off the wine.
when y'all ready,
You know
I'll
I'm like this all
talk.
the time. Fuck the wine. This is only my second glass.
Let me know when I can talk.
You got it.
I'm the guest.
Bro, you've been going over the whole time,
I'm
so
like,
check
you
this
gonna
out.
get in when you fit in.
On dogs, nigga.
Get in when you fit in. You've been cutting me off all day, so I'm gonna just say that.
You gotta pee, go.
Now you can go.
Beef is profitable to a record label. Biggie the whole time was saying, bro, I didn't get you robbed at the studio. Dude, I was in middle school to Grover Cleveland, run around screaming West Side. That beef was overly hyped. You know how they say Diddy's already guilty in a court of public opinion? That does sway a judge and it does sway a juror. So what I'm trying to say is the beef was fabricated and it made a lot of money for the West Coast and the East Coast, the beef. So it wasn't like Pac was just straight up so much entertaining it. At one point it died off, but then the media would just keep pushing it. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just think that if I had a record label, it's more profitable to have a Pac. And we could move on for that. That's just how I feel. Y'all could argue in the comments, fight each other, kill each other, stab each other, 300 movie spotter each other.
This is Sparta! But I respect your opinion. I really do. And that's why, I'm not like the same way. I'm not gonna argue and go back and forth with niggas I don't respect or niggas I don't. And me and you, we can have a verbal fisticuff whenever. Cause nigga, I respect the shit you say, and some shit you say the right, but I still feel how I feel about my nigga Biggie. It is what it is. And his birthday's coming up, a legend. But yeah.
So since we're talking about back then, Tupac, Biggie, like I know you was around for that. Obviously, you said middle school. What was the fashion trends back then that you picked up when you was younger? Like, what was you wearing middle school to high school? Like, what was that like?
Side note, the other hat I was wearing, shouts out to my guy, the smart guy. We was in Harlem. Caps USA, didn't have my hat. He gave me that Harlem hat straight out the trunk. Shouts out to him. This hat is Heart Art. I'm doing a breakdown your fit on my own. This hat's Heart Art. Goat shirt, Heart Art, shop online. Back then, it was like...
I like this nigga, man. I like him.
I don't, but it's cool though. You're here.
You don't. You love me. You said you're on my body.
No, I did not say that.
It's documented.
When I say
It's
I'm on your body,
documented.
pause, I mean like, you feel me? Like,
I don't know what you meant.
Just keep going, bro. You're getting me tight right now, bro.
I've never been on someone's body I didn't like.
Yo,
Just
just
saying.
keep going, bro. Answer my question.
So
What was you wearing back in the day?
I remember the
since
question.
you're a fashion god, right?
Thank you.
So
I
you have
remember
to
the
start
question.
since you were born. So
I
what
got
was you
you.
wearing back in the day?
I got you. Shouts out to the real God, G-O-D. I'm G-A-W-D, little God. So I was wearing back then, actually, believe it or not, Columbia had a dope run at one point.
Where they did.
When they had the color blocking.
Where they did.
Yeah, they had the color blocking jackets
Where they
it was
did.
like pink up top, blue on the bottom with a yellow patch. If you had that, you
Or
was
the
on
green,
fire.
or the green and yellow.
Eddie Bauer, believe it or not.
You were talking that shit.
Eddie Bauer.
I really did have that shit coming up then. I be forgetting that. I really wasn't a fashion nigga, but my parents had money, so I had cool shit. But nah, I had all that shit coming up. And I just wore like it was regular.
I definitely dabbled in FUBU. Then when they went platinum, they're a little higher end with the Fat Albert and all that.
Oh,
I did it for
that was my shit.
I did it for like a day or two.
That was my shit.
We was definitely getting into Coogee, obviously.
Had a couple cool.
Maurice Malone was heavy with the reflective.
I remember that.
And all that. Jabot was heavy.
Jabot's, yeah,
Jabot.
straps. Yeah.
Not just that denim, because I was like the first person to ever. So there was an era when people were putting Gucci on their headrests. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in the cars and all that shit, yep.
So there was a dude in Hyde Park that was Gucci in our headrests and dashboards. And I went to him and I said, hey, have you ever did clothes? He said, nah. I said, listen, I'm going to bring you some Carhartt coats. I'm going to bring you some Jabots. And I'm going to have you, there's a square at the bottom. I would Gucci those squares. I would Gucci the pocket and the hoodie. So I was first one on that. Shout out to Millie's. I remember being downtown when he was selling that White Boy Like Me mixtape in front of the corner mall. Those were the days, you know what I'm saying, when I was wearing stuff like that. Hold on,
I'm sorry, because you were a nigga from my side of town, which is cool. Shout out to Millie's. But back in those days, I'm remembering 3 for the Stripes out there selling shit.
Yeah, shouts out to Cal.
Shout out to Cal.
You a
Shout out
funny
to Malik.
nigga. Listen, you a funny nigga. You the first one to ever steal Hello New World clothing. Yeah, you told me you was gonna cash at me and you didn't. Then you see me down.
I didn't mean to segue over that. I wasn't segueing all that.
I'm segueing
Let him get his shit off.
Yeah.
Let him get his shit off.
Niggas stole some shit, cool, whatever. Keep it going. We want to hear
All right,
that.
so if I steal some shit from here, don't ever bring it up again.
Yo, my nigga, you steal some shit for here, we're gonna have
Nigga,
problems.
you're
But I'm
not
not
gonna
bringing
do
Same
that
thing.
shit
He
up, bro.
said it's gonna be a
I'm not
problem.
bringing that shit up on the interview, bro.
So I'm gonna do that.
Shout out to niggas who robbed me for 3 Yeezys back in the day, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, nigga, when we see you,
Yeah.
So
we
what?
get the Yeezys back.
So I was wearing back.
I know where
then,
niggas is at, too.
You said 3 for the Stripes. Yeah, I mean Millie's 3 for the Stripes.
There
There was a lot of
Mouthy.
Mouthy.
I see Mouthy in the fucking club recently. And I had to tell him like, yo, bro, you had a legendary run, my nigga. That shit was fire.
But was Tim LaRue his manager? Cousin Stizz's manager?
At the time, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
sure.
I was wearing those were the brands I was into back then. And another brand I was really in love with was Paper Denim. Ralph Forever. Ralph Lauren.
I know you named over like 10, but so
Yeah.
if
You
you
fuck
could.
with LRG?
I didn't do LRG, Lift the Research Group, but they was dope.
I was a big LRG nigga.
Shouts
man.
out to my man Pro Black, who does all the murals in the city.
So that's pro-black.
I think either it was Anichi entering New York City, or that brand, or PNB. Please post no bills. It was one of those he designed for. I think it was PNB.
I think Inichi was, I think it's pronounced E-Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
entering New York City.
If you could bring back any of those brands to do a collab with Hard Art, what brand would it be?
Coogee.
That's a good one.
Coogee.
That's a good question.
Why though? Like what essence of Coogee?
I remember
that
Biggie!
Nah,
Oh,
No. When I talk about Coogee, like I'm talking
nigga,
about
man.
the
I'm
actual
just all
flow.
saying, I'm just saying.
What
Yeah.
essence from the brand is gonna? What you think would? You feel
So
me?
the thing about it for me is with Hard Art, I just love how Coogee made me feel back then. I remember I had the Coogee, which was the sweater and the leather combination. I got from Manhattan's, and the way it made me feel then, I'm all about feel. Like I don't wear things on trend.
So
I
you
wear
sure it wasn't
things
Biggie that made you feel like that? Because you saw him
Nah.
in it and all the videos and all the hoes and all the pictures.
You
sure
know
it
who
wasn't Biggie?
inspired me in Hollywood? It was about 3 people. It was Pharrell. Really? Yeah, it was Pharrell.
You've been a
It-
fashion nigga before, Pharrell, so I really can't
Nah,
take
for-
that right
for-
now.
for-
But
I look-
inspiration
I look-
doesn't start
I'm telling you,
from the beginning.
Pharrell inspired me, not Biggie, for real. And Cameron and a dab of Wayne for like a hot second.
Cameron, of course.
What era of Wayne that was that dab and
Mixtape.
stuff?
You know what's the funny thing is? I can't even say Wayne because Wayne was inspired by Pharrell when he was wearing Bape. So I just say Pharrell and Cameron. They was pissed that he started wearing all that Bape because they was like, we didn't give you the green light for that. And you hit us up.
A
for
nigga,
it.
like him, he don't need no green light.
No,
But
he
it's all
should
good.
have the green light because that nigga,
Yeah.
the way he stole that shit from Pharrell, that's why
The look.
not Pharrell. What's my nigga Pusha?
Yeah,
Pusha like, nah,
like
we're
he
not
started
having that.
wearing
We're
nothing
not
but
having
Bape.
that, nigga.
He was wearing
That's why he
nothing
got
but
beef.
Bape.
But he
And then he
did
started
not
saying,
need
I'm
that
the
green
guy.
light.
Yeah, it was weird.
He was the artist that he was. He didn't need that green light.
It's almost like
But
me
you
saying,
see, it doesn't matter who does it first. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who does it first. It matters who does it best. Whose name has more validity now, Pharrell or fucking Lil Wayne?
For real.
Okay.
In a fashion sense,
I
yeah.
just said validity. That's all. I didn't say
Music
what
too,
sense.
but-
Exactly.
Wayne has probably the worst stylist, one of the worst stylists. Like, his
Oh yeah, no. When Truck Fit came out, I thought I was like, what are
Nigga,
you
you
doing,
had
bro?
mad truck fit in your motherfucking closet.
Never watch him out to my
Nigga, you used to have with the trucker hats, nigga,
Bro,
with the
stop
matching
it, bro.
cargos,
Calm
nigga, with
down.
the
You
with the
probably
KDs,
had that
with the
shit.
shirts, nigga. I did have one trucker hat. I did, nigga.
Bro, we
I ain't
can
gonna lie.
go on my Facebook, bro. I was not wearing no Truck Fit. You crazy?
You deleted the pictures.
I didn't delete them. My shit's private albums, so y'all can't go post my shit.
So you
heard?
trying to go look at it? I can't even look at it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you going back Dark Vader on us? I liked Paris without the glasses, bro. Keep them off, bro.
What we had next?
Yo, how do you feel about Boston rap? Let's get back on that, cause you as a Boston nigga, how do you feel about Boston music?
Great question.
He hasn't gave you not one great question today.
Nah, he doesn't care about me, bro.
All your questions, obviously.
It's fine. We're taking all the hard off.
I just had a flashback to how dope my new crib is. I just want to shout out my new crib. But
Shout out his new crib.
Are we invited?
Oh, dogs.
Yo, I only want to hear you talk about it if I'm invited.
how do I feel about Boston rap?
Yo, bro.
So I think
I want to.
so. Here's my thing, right?
I'm about to put these shits on. I can put these shits on?
No, please don't.
Don't?
I want to answer this
It's my
question.
size,
No.
bro.
Let me answer this question.
You're getting me tight. Answer
So here's the thing, right? I think Boston is like Bronny's son in a way, like LeBron's son. In a way. So what I mean by
New
that
York,
is,
son?
let me cook, right?
right about
So,
that.
That's
You're
what I'm trying to say. So New York is LeBron, and then we're the son.
believe
And I
that.
feel like
That too, as a Boston nigga, I believe that.
this is
And
what I
hate New York
think.
niggas.
Because when I'm out of state, when I'm in LA and this and that, they know I'm East Coast when I talk. But they say, "Are you a New Yorker?" And I'm like, listen, there are people that's fly in Boston that can out jiggy New Yorkers all day. I'm in New York all the time, and many times I'm the flyest guy in the room. That's a fact. And the thing about Boston is, if we had industry, if we had our own record labels to propel us, then people would get an idea of what Boston lifestyle is like. But I think we get overshadowed. Boston's like white Atlanta. And I love white people. I love all people. But the thing about it is this.
Told this nigga that.
Boston is known for other things so much.
Health, education.
Yeah, you see
They
what I'm
will
saying?
not let music and entertainment fucking prevail
Well,
here.
it's not that they won't let it. There's no one here that has 500,000 to put in the street and make another rapper rich, and then he put his man on it.
No,
so,
they do. We
so,
do. We have a lot of rich
I'm
motherfuckers
gonna
here.
give you my explanation. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this, right? I be around rappers. Rappers are funded. There's two ways you get on. The record label, you're so hot where they already see your movement and they're like, we want you. Like Meek Mill. When Rick Ross went to the station, everyone from the city said, gotta put on Meek Mill. He's like, how many people are gonna call this radio station? I need to see this guy. That's one way. The second way is to like when Joyner got put on by Sean. You know what I'm saying? Sean put $1 million behind Joyner. You know what I'm saying?
Sean Diddy Combs?
Dead Silent CEO on Instagram, Sean. I used to work on Joyner's team 2 years. So what I'm saying is that financial backing is going to propel you. Like the dude from QC, was P, one of them dudes who started QC, whatever his name is. He said, I put like $500K, $250K behind each song to work the record, to make sure it's out there. So the thing about it is New York has, shout out my man G Mims and his dad, you know, Violator Records, all that. Don't forget the dollar. They have Violator Records. They have Def Jam. The offices are right there. A kid can leave the projects, go in the office, and talk his stuff, hang out in the front all day. Next thing you know, he's on. You know what I'm saying? Here, we don't have enough industry. So what happens is you don't have a main rapper that blows up, says on Dead Dogs, makes the world say on Dead Dogs, and now everyone's like, oh, Boston. Like, Wiz Khalifa got on from
Shout
nowhere.
out my nigga Bodie Rock.
Wiz Khalifa got on from nowhere, middle of nowhere, Pittsburgh. Black and Yellow. He became a star big enough to open the door. Even if no one else came after him, Nelly did it for St. Louis. We haven't had that guy. So we had Joyner, but he's way out, right? We have Millie's one bridge away. You know, you're in Cambridge, and people always want to bring it up. You're not from Boston, right? You're from Cambridge.
Right.
So we need that human being that pops and spotlights all our lifestyle, because we have a lifestyle. Everywhere has a lifestyle. As long as there's people there, there's a lifestyle there. Whether it be a good one or a bad one, so we have our lifestyle, but I just think there's no one that is a star. We have a lot of rappers. We have a lot of rappers that can rhyme words. Yo, I got the cat in the hat and the bat, and I'm running, he's a rat sat. Anyone can rhyme words, right? He a middle schooler can rhyme words, but we need our Nelly. You know what I mean? Even if we just had a designer who came up with Panda that went diamond, and from there. So I think there's a lot of dope rappers. There's a lot of swag. There's some sauce. But we're in the shadow of New York, and somebody needs to come and just has a banger that spotlights everything we got going on.
Everything you said, I agree with. But I disagree with we don't have a star here. And I'm not even just saying that to say this, I really mean this. I feel like we have a handful of stars in the city. We got Cash Gotti, we got Prince Smooth, we got the whole Strip Life, we got fucking Last Days,
Now,
we
peep
got
game.
fucking
Peep game.
Millies, we got niggas in the city who are stars, but they have not fucking propelled.
Now peep this, right? When the star's in New York, you know what he does? He stays there. The neighbor gets behind him. When Young Monk came out, I was in New York and I'm in a club and I see everyone. It's funny. A week ago, not a week ago. What was her thing? What was her song?
Stephanie.
Yeah, but because Stephanie called her Heffany, and everyone was going crazy, and I'm like, why is everyone so like? And they're like, nah, this up and coming shorty, Young Ma, and the city was behind her. She didn't have to leave. Our current dude that's making Boston look good, hate him or love him, is Millie's. I mean, he's more harder than a lot of niggas, and he's a white boy. You know what I'm saying? He raps harder than the average rapper. He had to leave. So now you get adopted by a New York dude, again, in New York shadow. You know what I'm saying? You have to leave here but we don't have enough industry and infrastructure here. You have to leave and then come back. And now it's this thing where, yeah, you have to go get tapped on the shoulder by a New York dude.
Because there's no cohesion out here when it comes to
we know the problem.
when it comes to stars.
We
Not
know.
even with music too. It just be like
It's
even
like
with
that in every city.
Yeah, but
It's like that in
I
every
feel
city,
like
for the most
here
part.
though, because of Massachusetts being so like small and condensed as a state, that it shouldn't be like that. Because we're already up against people on the West, Cali, big ass state. Freaking New York, big ass state.
Hold on. Let's look at it like this. Randolph is fucking 13 minutes away from fucking Mattapan. 13 minutes away from Boston.
Yeah, that's like, it's close.
Cambridge is fucking 13 minutes away from Roxbury. But no matter how far niggas is away, Boston is like, oh, them niggas are from Boston, them niggas are from Boston. If you go into New York and you drive 13 minutes from fucking Harlem,
You all
you're still
from
in
New York.
Harlem.
You're still in
You're still in Harlem. You're still in New York. That's in New York. That's in New York. Okay, he might be a Brooklyn. You might have went 35 minutes and that's a Brooklyn nigga, but that's a New York nigga.
But in
That's still a nigga from
Massachusetts,
us.
when you
I'm
leave
just
here,
saying.
you go somewhere else. You have to say you're from Boston.
No, you don't, nigga.
Yes,
That's
you
what people
do. Yes, you
That's what
do.
people- you don't have to.
Because
That's what
nobody's
people
gonna.
do.
I'm gonna go
Can
and be like,
I say
I'm from
this?
the Dog. I'm from Randolph.
Can I say
Nobody's
this?
gonna know.
As you should.
A New York nigga is gonna be like, yeah, I'm from Harlem. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from here. I'm from Queens. And niggas is
for
gonna
the dog, put
know.
on for Cambridge. So when niggas say, oh, I know Cambridge niggas. I met a Cambridge nigga. I met a dog
I
nigga.
do
Them niggas
that,
are
but
real
it's tough.
niggas. Them
It's
niggas are
always
good
gonna
niggas.
reroute to where's that? Is that near Boston?
It's
Is
5
that
minutes
outside?
outside. And them Boston niggas be
So-
in my
so let
area
me-
all the time.
let me say this.
They be in my area all the time, nigga.
So let me say this.
That's how niggas gotta be. Them Boston niggas that claim Boston so much live out in my area, nigga, too.
But Pete Gang, can I say this?
Maybe.
Here's the thing. Yo, it's what it is itemized repping. So here's how it works.
Explain that, please. I like that term, itemized repping.
So you gotta understand, when you're local, you state where you're from. I'm a Hyde Park. I'm a this or that because you're local. I'm gonna understand what Hyde Park is. When you leave, it's just Boston.
That's what I'm saying.
And like you said, the thing about New York is, whatever borough you from, we're all rooting from New York. To me, Millie's is a Boston rapper. Here's why. When I go to the Boston Celtics, no matter where you're from, we all watch the Boston Celtics. We all watch the Boston Red Sox. We all watch the Bruins. People leave from New Hampshire to come watch the New England Patriots, the Boston Red Sox. So when you break it down and you want to itemize it, nah, you can't be. Listen, when you leave, carry that Boston flag because it's only going to make us look good. Boston, there's a such thing as when keeping it real goes wrong. Where you want to keep it so real where it hurts you. You keeping it so real it hurts you. You want Millies to not rep Boston, but the stupid thing is him repping Boston is only going to put on a Boston rapper.
Nah, definitely put on.
But you're forcing him to say Cambridge and no one knows Cambridge. They know Boston. So Boston has a problem where it's trying to keep it so real where it's cutting their nose despite their face. You dig what I'm saying? So everyone needs to rep one flag, one nation. When you go to Atlanta, all them dudes is like, we putting on for the A. Peace up, A-Town down.
Even though they might
Even
be
if
from
they
Gwinnett,
from
but
Vogue, they could be,
right,
they could
facts.
be from, they could be from
Smyrna,
they could be
Upper
from
Block, all that,
Austell.
facts.
They could be from Austell.
Athens, nigga. They still like, fuck it. We're gonna let them make the same Atlanta
Bro,
right quick. Get on.
let's be real. Usher's not from the A, bro. Gucci Man's from Alabama.
Facts.
He's from Bessemer.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
T.I. is from London. But they like, come over. Let's get it. I heard Bow Wow wasn't even born in Atlanta.
From Ohio.
But the thing is, when Atlanta says, listen, all you're going to do is make us look good. Let's get
Soulja
it.
Boy. They think Soulja Boy's from Atlanta.
So the point is, no, I think he's straight. He's Atlanta. So the point of
West Coast.
the
Cali.
point I'm trying to make is when you let everyone wave one flag, it only helps. But cats want to keep it so real. So, and I'm just like, listen, all you're doing is hurting yourself. But
No,
for me,
it's hurting us for sure.
Well, hold on.
So-
And you know what? I just tie that into. You're right, and we all right on the things we're making. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying I'm not saying this is right that Boston people think like this. But maybe because Boston has been looked at so much in New York shadow that certain Boston niggas will be like, nah, we have our own. Like they want to drag their nuts to be like,
Well,
okay,
only
this
in
is
the-
us. But we've always been looked at in New York shadow, which is actually because we always copied, we stole, we done swagger jack, we done fucking
I don't
implemented
think-
certain things from New York into Boston.
I don't think we stole. I don't think we borrowed. We borrowed.
you know
Just
what?
because there's a lot more things.
I'm a Boston nigga, and I do not like New York. And I can be honest about, nigga, we took a lot of shit from New York.
But hold on.
I said we
Hold
borrowed
on.
because I'm saying we don't have a lot of shit that they got out here.
Listen, here's the thing.
They got a
New-
lot of shit
New-
out there,
New
bro, because they
York-
have the space.
Yes.
They have
Hold
the
on.
money.
Yes.
But hold on.
Feel me?
New York steals from everyone.
No, I know that.
No, peep game.
But they just
When-
make it popular.
When I'm in New York wearing this, someone driving by, you know what they say? Damn, New York is fly. If you get out the car and you question every fly dude in Soho, a lot of them won't be from New York.
Facts.
But New York's getting the credit.
Wow, facts.
Yeah, because they're
When
there.
I'm in Harlem,
Facts.
and I'm not dissing Harlem. I'm not dissing no barrel. But I'm in New York all the time. I was just in the studio with Jim Jones and them. You know what I mean? I be around. I came back from the 420 event. Me, Jewels, Jim, Dice Pesos, G Mims. There's a lot of New Yorkers who have mediocre outfits. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Virgil left Chicago and went to New York. Everyone leaves their town and brings their talents there. And New York eats up the praise. They get all the credit for this stuff. But realistically, y'all had a lot of people come from all over the world to give y'all inspiration on how to dress. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all soak up all the credit. There's a lot of fly people from New York. Don't get it twisted. That's the motherland of fashion. Some of the flyest people from the world. But at the end of the day, New York steals, everyone steals. Atlanta right now a lot of its sauce from New York. We're
You
all
stole
inspired.
too.
Huh?
You stole?
Yeah, I've stole a lot of clothes.
You stole sauce, my
I
boy.
hate this nigga, yo. These niggas, I
You definitely
stole
stole
a lot of
sauce,
clothes.
man.
I used to skip school
You can't
to
tell
steal
me
from
everything
Macy's
that you
downtown.
wear and put together you haven't stole or
I've
borrowed
gotten
something.
inspired from a lot of
Yeah,
people.
so you
for
borrowed.
Sure. Yeah. You just want to put my shoe on and you talking.
I just said I want to try it on. I want to buy them from you.
My fungi, huh?
My fun guy.
Well, you got to know the
I tell you what, I tell you what.
You know about this shoe if you have them new
Three
and
bands,
you haven't.
3 bands, they're yours.
Get the fuck out of here.
What's
I'll give
the
you
next?
like,
What we
I'll
doing?
give you
Let's
1,000,
cook.
bro.
What you got? What you
Nah,
got,
I'm
my
just saying
mans, bro?
because he
What you got,
knows
my
about
mans?
this shoe. If you keep them, if they're new, by the time you get a chance to wear them, if you're wearing them now, they're gonna crumble. You had to wear
Thank you
them.
for the Riscato.
Yeah, of course. But
Sponsor
I
of
want to buy
212.
this shoe though. What's
I mean,
up?
sponsor of Kicking It with Kerms.
Why can't I buy this shoe? If you keep ignoring me,
Produced
though, I'm
by
just gonna
212
take them
Podcast.
after, and we're gonna figure it out. It's up.
Whoa.
What's the question over there off camera?
I'll get it for 3 bands. What you talking about?
That's a joke.
I know you was showing.
Yeah, I'm not selling.
Jump on that. Gotta make sure.
Hey, yo, man, tap up, bro. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
I'll
today,
get
bro.
another
I fuck
pair,
with
bro.
it.
We don't want pairs. This pair.
High Street Podcast, man. Shout out my guys here. That's the niggas that fuck with us. That's the niggas that make this shit happen. Shout out my guy, Rob. Shout out Put in Work TV. But we got 2 more questions that we gonna ask my guys and get up out of here. What do you fear the most, bro?
What I fear the most? Women.
Huh?
Women are the scariest.
Oh my God.
I would have never thought you would say that.
Nah,
That's a real man answer. That's a real man
The
answer.
Dominican didn't scare you.
no, the thing about it is,
The Dominican with the boyfriend and shit.
the thing about it is this, right? They call it Mother Nature, right? And Mother Nature is
A wild motherfucking beast.
unpredictable, can be very, you know what I mean? Change without warning. One, Mother Nature operates without repercussion. No one ever checked the tornado and said, yo, tornado, why'd you do that? And that's similar to a woman.
Let him cook.
And then I tried to tell you that, but
man.
you don't want no griot, no legume, no
Yo.
lasagna.
Let him fucking cook, man.
Calm down.
Just
So the-
saying.
I don't know why on
The point
I'm
I'm
just
trying
saying.
to
that
the point I'm
synergy over
trying to
there.
make- the point I'm trying to make is
They
this,
fucking
right?
with us. It's okay.
There are men that you could ask, how do you get to the moon? And they'll show you. There are men on earth that can show you how to become a billionaire. There are men on earth that can show you how to do open heart surgery. I mean, build the pyramids. Easy. Invent the telephone. I mean, a leg, whatever. Those same billionaires and geniuses, you would ask women and they'd be perplexed. You see what I'm saying? So I fear women because I don't like unpredictableness. You know what I'm saying? I like when I have an idea, a reasonable idea of what could come next. And I've been shot, I've been locked up, I've been lied on, I've been through hell and
We
back.
fought this thing at the park back in the day.
I moved 28 times. I went to 4 high schools. I've dated almost any woman you could think of. My mom owned 4 hair salons and barbershops. Either I was bagging them or the clout. Either way, I was getting them. And nothing hurt me more than being emotionally attached to a woman.
Oh, a bitch. A bitch.
So overall,
Sound like you had some trouble.
That's not
so-
everybody. There's some great women out there. There's some great women out there, but a bitch.
so I fear
I feel a
not
bitch.
necessarily women. I fear falling in love with a woman.
Yeah.
Because
Ooh,
I
that's
feel
real.
like the idea
That's
of
real.
falling is not a good thing.
So what experience? What name an experience with women that was bad for you that kind of pushed you to this way?
Whoa, I mean, I have way too many.
Yeah, there's some that you feel me. Some that might have really hit
I
your
mean,
heart.
I
Stuck with you to this day.
Hold on, no. Let's keep it real. No,
So-
hold on. I'm cutting him off. Let's hear a story of you being the nigga that you are, how confident you are, how swag you are, how ill you are. Young niggas coming up really think, okay, we can control these women, and they really feel aghast when they feel like a woman has done them dirty. And it's like, I be trying to tell these all the time, nigga, my young niggas that look up to me, nigga, you know how many times a bitch done did me wrong, nigga, or did some foul shit? It happens to the best of us, my nigga. No matter what, you can't control a
They
woman.
go
Control what she
ghost
gonna
on
do.
you
She
after
gonna-
you did everything.
She gonna do what she wanna do no matter what.
all
To
that.
answer you, let's be clear. You can't control nothing, right? You can only control your body, and even that you don't have control. Because even if you have a sickness in yourself, you can't even diagnose it. You need to go to a third party. So no one can control nothing. Thinking you can control a woman is just as crazy as thinking of like, you can't control a woman. It's Mother Nature. So, I mean, I was so deeply in love with a girl who proposed to me in 7 months, and she was so in love with me. And we broke up in a year. So she proposed in 7 months. The plan was for me to say yeah, but I didn't. Then when 1 year came, she was like, I want to move to Miami. And I didn't want to move to Miami. So we split. And after that, it was, oh, he beat on me. It was, oh, you know what I mean? And in the midst of the relationship, it felt so real that nothing in the world could have ever told me she would ever say anything negative. And she made her family hate me to this day. We even ended up in court and all that. And I'm like, wait, how does one go from marry me and be with me to death to now when we break up, you tell your family I beat on you because you want them to hate me for life? So
Tough.
let's be clear.
Tough.
If I beat on you, what made you want to marry me?
That's tough.
So you want to marry a dude that, okay. So for me, I got story after story from like trying to run and getting in trouble from, you know what I mean? Like, damn it, you do. So my biggest fear would be women.
That's some
And
real
not
shit,
just,
bro.
not women, but falling in love with a woman is my biggest fear. Because if you're not in love with them, you're straight. You could be
Word.
like, I'm good.
I'm out of here, man. I'm
Yeah.
dipping out on this bitch. See you later,
But
baby.
look,
When you have those
but-
stronghold
but-
feelings,
yeah,
it be
you
tough.
gonna
You be
deal-
think
you
twice,
gonna deal
like,
with certain
But
shit.
look,
you open
look,
the
deal with
door,
certain
like,
shit.
But look,
You're gonna put up with certain shit.
check this out.
yo, that look crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit look crazy right now.
No dude, I don't know a man in the world that if shorty's riding you and it feel like this, you ain't gonna fall in love. Once the dumbest hood rap, if she riding you and all you hear is this,
I missed
you
her.
fall in
I
love.
missed the bitch. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I miss her. I miss her. I miss her. Stop it. Stop. I missed the bitch.
I miss no bitches, bro. None of them.
You're gonna fall in
They're
love.
slow.
And once you do, got him. Bro, I have sat outside Shorty's crib all night.
Never.
I did.
That's crazy.
It
Like,
was
nah,
that-
I done some shit
I
like
done
that.
some weird-
I did a little rock
I
with the
did
windows
something
shit, all that. You
strange.
feel me? I don't know about all night
So
though.
my biggest fear is
you
falling in love
staking
with a
out.
woman because women don't do well in positions of power.
Oh.
You gonna hurt a lot with that.
President-
one.
Hell yeah. You gonna get some
You gonna hurt a
some
lot
feedback
with
on that
that
one,
one, bro.
but
How many girls you seen drive a Lamborghini? I'll wait.
Personally,
How many girls
No,
you
nigga.
seen drive a Ferrari?
yo, don't.
I mean, you see it online though. You see the, you know what I mean?
I mean,
I still never
you
seen
see
it
it
online,
online.
nigga.
I
What
mean,
you
they
talking
crashed
about?
I've never
the-
seen it.
You're talking about actually
crashed the
driving like
Benz.
physically
No,
on,
just
some,
out-
on some
just
daily
out
shit.
daily.
Yeah, obviously celebrities and shit like that, but regular
You seen the
shorty, maybe
clip.
a couple.
What I'm saying is when women are in positions of power, their emotions tend to wreck the situation. That's why they say it's always good for a woman to love a man. I was taught
Facts.
more than a man loves the woman.
Facts.
Because once a man's operating outside of his logic,
You gonna do
now
whatever
he's
for this.
operating in his emotion.
I did that.
And feelings
Well,
can
never
be wrong.
again. Never again.
Here's the thing.
Did it once. Never
Here's the
fucking
thing.
again.
When you operate in emotion, you go, I feel like, right?
And not, this is what it is.
So if I feel like 1 + 1 is 3,
Nigga,
it will
I'ma
never
move like-
be 3. No matter how much you feel like it's 3. So a man should always be in his logic. But women operate outside of logic in their
In emotion.
feelings.
In emotion.
Feelings. So if they feel like you're cheating, you are.
I feel you cheating, so you are. Hey,
that's
yo,
a
man.
fact.
And they'll ruin the relationship because
But
how
y'all
they
gonna just
feel.
say, yo, I don't like how y'all niggas looking at me like I don't know like what's going on. Y'all
You're operating in your feminine right
Right
now.
now.
Nah,
Right, you being mad
don't
emotional
do
right
it.
now about that, because that's how you feel. Because that's not what it is.
I feel like it's been
That's
like this
not
whole
what it
interview. Y'all
is.
niggas just keep looking.
Hey,
Seeing Paris
yo.
like, yo,
We asked
like,
one question,
damn,
and we're
bro.
gonna wrap it up.
Don't
this what we
even
do.
give him a last question, bro.
Hey yo, me and you gonna fight today on the podcast, nigga. For real.
Nah, I got a lot of love for Paris, but
You got one more question?
sometimes
One more
we
question
don't
for
see
you.
eye
Let's
to
get it.
eye. You feel me?
Let's get it.
That's
And
why I
you
told him
has
to take the
been an
glasses off.
Influential nigga you are. No, I
We're
ain't gonna
wrapping
lie.
up now. Last
I ain't
question.
gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest about this. Spence been telling me for months, like, yo, I wanna get P on the podcast. I wanna get P on the podcast. Get P on the podcast. I'm like, bro, you know how me and P are. We're just gonna fucking argue. It's not gonna make sense, bro. It's not gonna make sense.
Shit's is gone,
Until
bro.
one day about 2 months ago, we had a fucking big ass argument, and I'm like, that was fun. That nigga know what the fuck he's talking about. Nah, we gotta bring this thing on the podcast. So, man, I appreciate you, Paris, Mr. Hard Art, Mr. Hello New World, for coming to sit down with Kickin with Kerms. Yo, you was definitely a legend in our city because you've been out here doing your thing for a long time. But the last question we ask every guest, what would you tell your 15-year-old self, or what would you tell 15-year-olds that's looking up to you?
What would I tell my 15-year-old self? Save your money and it'll save you. If you, my mother always said, if you don't have nothing else in this world, you don't have a friend, you don't have a family member, you have nothing, but you have money and you have God, you have it all. Because with money, you can change any situation. And everyone respect money, even if they don't respect you.
Bitch, I can buy you.
Even if they don't respect you, they respect your money. So anyone in this room right now, I can make do anything with the right number.
Facts.
Anyone. If I told him right now, drive to Cali on a bike, he'll say no. But if I say I'm gonna give you $5 million, he's getting a bike.
Hold on, 5
And if
million,
it's not
nigga,
5,
hold on.
if
We gonna
20,
figure this shit the fuck
we just keep going up till he says yes. The yes will come.
Sooner or
So
later.
save money and it'll save you. But I got one question for y'all. Where will this podcast be in 5 years?
You go, Big Don.
Why you gotta put me on first? I mean, where it's going to be, we're
Where
gonna
you
be
want it
around
to
the
be,
world,
whatever.
international. That's where it's gonna be.
What is, you gonna answer or I'm answer?
I said international. We're gonna be
Okay.
all around the world.
Where this podcast gonna be in 5 years? Where they gonna be? I feel like number 3 on best podcast. Cause I feel like there's only 2 niggas right now that's giving the content and not just being trendy and just talking the bullshit. We're really bringing girth behind what the fuck we're talking about.
Pause.
See, y'all, that's how y'all niggas thinking. See, you young niggas, man, we bringing that energy and that content together. Certain niggas just bringing content and just talking shit to talk shit. Everything I say passionately, I'll say to you off this podcast and to your face. But
Probably look like an
in
outfit.
5 years, this podcast is
It
gonna
definitely
be
looks us.
the top of the top, my nigga. But like I said, I appreciate my nigga Don Spence tagging up with me. We create Kickin with Kerms. And you got another episode of Kickin with Kerms with Don Spence and your boy King Too Suave. Thank you so much, my nigga Pass, for coming out here.
I promise you I'm not an alky. I was hugging this bottle the whole
I
time.
It's
appreciate
just
you, bro.
wine.
Good
It's not
shit
no
today.
crazy shit.
Great
You
shit
feel
today,
me?
my nigga.
All right, bro. Now let's talk, bro. I need these Yeezys, bro. What's up, bro? Need them.